Welcome back to another exciting episode of AFAF Tech. I'm Aaron. So in my last video, I was upstaged by a man named Stephen Burke from Gamers Nexus. You may have heard of him. He has long flowing hair and an intellect that no man can defeat, I guess. I uploaded my video of the GTX970 in 2019 while I was rendering my video, for which I had worked on for 2 weeks. They uploaded theirs of the GTX970 Ti in 2019, and I was sad. But mainly because my computer, the Shambler, it only has an i7 3770K with the measly overclock of like 4.29, something like that, because it's old and can't handle it anymore. But anyways, it took like 2.5 hours to render my video. I know they have some awesome machines and they can render a lot faster than I can at higher quality and everything. So they beat me. They beat me to the punch. But in this case, they're not going to. I hope not. Anyways, in this video, I'm going to show the GTX 970 is still a usable card in 2019. It is the successor to the GTX 780. They're both on the 28 nanometer process. 970, a different architecture. It's the Pascal architecture. It only had 1664 CUDA cores compared to the 2304 on the GTX 780. Even though the manufacturer size was the same, the architecture change gave it a massive boost in efficiency and performance, because in my last video I showed that the GTX 780 was pulling almost 250 watts while gaming and while folding. I know for a fact that the 970 only pulls up to 140, 150. It can max out around 180, I believe, is the maximum wattage. Same 8-pin, 6-pin configuration. 3.5 gigabytes of RAM plus another 512 megabytes of, I guess, was it slower something. I don't really care. It has 4 technically. It beats the 780, and that's all we care about. So in this video, that's what I'm going to show. The same gamut of games. Doom, Witcher, Apex, we do Metro, we do Skyrim. And folding numbers, just because. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to do this. This time I'm not sick, so I can speak and I can think. So that's a good thing, I guess. Anyways, let's get started. And just to show, here is the same 970 we used in our last few videos with the gaming and folding at the same time. Quite a bit longer than the 1080. It does stay relatively cool. Alright, so this time around, I am actually going to be capturing in-game footage with OBS, because the new driver update thing that they put out that utilizes the actual video encoding on the GPU, because I don't have a capture card. First we gotta open up Steam. Oh my god, I haven't opened up Steam. If I haven't opened up Steam, that means PUBG is gonna want to update. We're gonna have to put a stop to that. We're gonna stay in offline mode. Let's start with some Metro. And also this time, I figured out how to split my channels on OBS. So I'll actually have game audio and mic audio. And I won't have to use the camera audio. Haha! Now I can't hear the game, but I don't need to. frames a second, 55. We're boosting up to 1315. Memory clock is 66C. Fan speeds at 34%. Use 2.9 gigabytes of RAM. 98% GPU load. CPU load is nothing. That's not bad. And 140 watts. About 150, give an average. Let's go into this area. Climb out of the hole. There we go. Now we're outside. We're in the 65. We're above 60, so now we're down to 40. Stuck in the hole. Stuck in the hole. I am stuck. Oh, yeah, this is where I died last time. And I died again. Yeah, you know, this is very playable. At one point, I would have been playing this game with this same 970. Oh, we're at 45 frames a second. Oh, something falls on me and kills me. Alright, well, Metro, it runs. Kind of thirsty. Video not sponsored by Bang. 45 frames a second, 3.3 gigs of RAM, 150 watts. Now what I'm seeing is a relatively, you know, smooth 50 frames a second. That's not entirely favorable. We shall go to Markarth. This last time it actually didn't seem to have an effect on our frame rate, which was good. Alright, try to get around. No, don't talk to me. Gotta escape all the plebs. So we're at 50s, 58. Not doing too bad. What's going on here? This time we dropped down to 47 seconds. Away. For some reason, this building always kills the frames. This whole scene. I think there's so many polygons and textures and things going on, like those guys doing stuff. I wanted to shoot him with lightning. Shoot him with this bow. Cause some havoc. Doink. Haha! Anyways, Skyrim. Between 45 and 60 frames a second. Let's see if the 970 is doomed. Let's do Titan's Realm again. I like Titan's Realm. I like almost all this whole game. I like everything about it. It really kicked some ass. Okay, here we go. In the Titan's Realm, we're at 56. Using a lot more. Wait a second. Something anomalous again. No, we're yeah. What? Why is Doom so weird? We're at 60 frames a second, right? Both frame counters. Prove it. It's using the GTX970 again. It's using 33% of the 970. 60 watts. Why is it doing that? The 1080's heat gun. I have it set to only use the 970. The monitor right now is only going to the 970. Troubleshooting time. And on cue, the cat pooped again. So, troubleshooting and poop scooping. Alright. Figured it out. Gotta set the GPU to OpenGL. So, you have to tell the NVIDIA driver that Doom needs to select the 970 as the OpenGL renderer. That appears to have fixed our problem with which GPU to use. Now we have 99-98% GPU usage. The 970 is finally going up into the high 60s. So we're at 68C. We are using 3.325 gigs RAM and full 160 watts. Nice smooth above 60. Shoot at this guy, make him die. The old mancubus. The old crap-a-demon. This is a perfectly playable experience. We're using 50% CPU, 66% CPU. It's more powerful than the 780, being its literal successor. So it's going to outperform that, even though it has less CUDA cores, uses less power, doesn't get as hot. Which, I mean, we're at 80C right now, but yeah, doesn't get as hot. Bigger, cooler. It doesn't weigh as much as that other one though. That thing, the EVGA card is a beast. I think it literally is made of like uranium or something. Alright, Doom runs. Good to know. Let's just cut to the chase and see if we can run Witcher. Look at that, we're running 1200 frames a second. That's how powerful this GPU is. Alright, so once again, boosting up to 1300 megahertz, 99% GPU usage. We have 160, 170 watts being used, pushing it closer to actually what the 1080 can pull. We're only using 1800 megabytes of RAM, so we're well within our limit. Pretty lagorific right now. Wow, this feels really slow. Alright, let's try going in here and changing some settings. Let's just hit the high preset. 30 frames a second. That didn't do anything. Let's go down to 1080, 1920. 1080. We went up to 45 frames a second. We've now gone to 1440p medium settings. We were using 99% of the GPU, 1303 megahertz on the GPU. We're using 1900 megahertz right now. And we're in the 30s again. We're on medium. There we go. We're on the medium preset. Hairworks is off. And in post-processing, we will set that to medium as well. There we go. Now we got 47 frames. Even though the settings are going down lower, as long as our frame rate stays high, we'll have a better experience overall. So I'm going to have to keep dumping this down a little low. Low. Everything's set to low. Let's see what this looks like. There we go. Now we got our 60 frames, so we're getting down to console grade now. Shouldn't look too bad. 99% usage still. Dang. 170 watts. Using even more power. Yeah. So, Witcher, you're going to have to play it low. Kind of sucks. Because playing on high and ultra, unlimited frame rate, it's the only way to do it. Well, there we go. 2000 megabytes of RAM, 30 frames a second. Probably not going to be very playable, especially, say, once you get into a town. That would probably be, this is already so jerky, I can't keep track of what I'm doing. So yeah, 970, it is usable in 2019, depending on what you're doing. Especially playing something like Apex or whatever, that's going to be perfectly fine. Playing something as graphically intense as Witcher is going to be a little different story. Or Doom. I mean, Doom ran, but Doom is kind of set up to be able to use lower-end hardware and still look amazing. It's because the guys at id are really good at that. So let's do this. Let's go into a city. Usually the cities in Witcher are more of a CPU thing. But yeah, we're down in the... Yeah, we're still at 30, so that's not too bad. A lot of things going on around here. A lot of people, 30 frames, that's not too bad, because even though the GPU is now up to 2,700 megabytes of RAM, I'm betting that the CPU is taking all the work going on here with all this stuff. So, let's exit out of here, and I guess sum it up. So there you have it. Short little recap of what the 970 can do compared to the 780. You know, the successor and all that stuff. So yeah, it is more efficient. It is a smaller manufacturing process, less CUDA cores. So yeah, you can still game on a 970. We do on that other computer out there. It handles particular games just fine. You just can't play something like Witcher at 1440p set to ultra and get anything more than 25 to 30 frames per second. In terms of folding though, you get about 300,000 points per day, which is more than what the 780 could, and for a lot less power. So you still get the heat. It's still getting heat up. It's still a small surface area. gotta have a lot of cooling. This card weighs probably less than half of what that EVGA card weighed. With the 1080 and the 970 combined, I'm continuously pulling down, anywhere between 1 million to 1,174,666. It's pretty metal. I think I'm done with this video. It's a lot easier to make this week than it was the last time because I'm not sick. So thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe, and @Steve on Gamers Nexus on Twitter. We're gonna have a little hair challenge. I'm trying to make hair challenge. So yeah, I'm gonna try to go to LTX this year and meet up with him, take a picture, all that kind of crap. Yeah, see you next time. Stop recording.